Once again, hello everyone, afternoon to all. Um, this is the Faculty of Science Life Sciences Freshman talk for the course Red Matters. Um, this is a talk following up this morning Faculty of Science Dean's Office talk regarding the main things to look out for what is to do as a undergraduate students with the College of Humanities and Sciences and specifically Faculty of Science. So I believe this morning you have been through a good um 2 hours, at least 2 hours or so of pretty intensive talk covered by our Vice Dean and Associate Dean on not just the requirement rules, but as well as how to use the course registration portal in getting yourself enrolled in the various courses that you have to do, right? So this session is not going to be that intensive, right? I was attending the earlier session as well, so yes, I know it's pretty intensive and there's a lot more things that I think you can readily digest. So for this session, it will be pretty. I'll keep it light, on the casual side, and just look out for the key points that I just want to share here. So for this session is on life sciences. I highlighted here, getting ready for life sciences, 5 things to note. But definitely there's actually more than 5 things. But I just want to bring your attention to a few key points in your undergraduate studies that you should have some ideas, or not just some ideas, you should have clear ideas about how to go about doing so. All right. At any point, if the presentation has issue, if you can't hear me clearly, let me know. Raise your hand or just unmute and let me know. But otherwise, please keep your voice input muted. The session is recorded and it will be shared later online. For questions wise, you can post in the chat, but due to time constraint, I may not be able to readily answer all of them. Right. So the 5 things to note. Right. So before I go into the actual 5 things to note, some background about life sciences major. Right. So life sciences major is a major program that is offered by the Faculty of Science under the College of Humanities and Sciences. So you'll start to see a few terms that keeps coming out. I guess as early as back then during the open house, you probably heard about terms like College of Humanities and Sciences, Faculty of Science, and such. So how does all this come about in place? To just give you a perspective of where you are if you are a life sciences major. So the Faculty of Science is the physical premise. This is the Faculty of Science. And the College of Humanities and Sciences is a program or the degree program that you are going into. And listed with the College of Humanities and Sciences is the life sciences major. So you have this physical Faculty of Science as well as a program-based College of Humanities and Sciences. So within this College of Humanities and Sciences, if you are enrolled in the college, you can choose to pick up life sciences major. There's no further selection, and there's actually no looking at your background. If you don't have biology background, you can take out life sciences major as well, right? And life sciences major in particular is taught not just by one department, but by the Department of Biological Sciences as well as 5 other departments in the School of Medicine. Right. You may have noticed for other majors like chemistry, like physics, their undergraduate program is their namesake, right? So it's like physics major is Department of Physics, right? Chemistry, Department of Chemistry offers chemistry major. So why life sciences here is different. So for life sciences, the anchor department is the Department of Biological Sciences, and this is also your home department, right? But the emphasis here is not just our program here. This is a collective program across the School of Medicine as well, offering especially on the biomedical side of things. So we have a more encompassing major name here, life sciences. To note that this is not just about biological sciences, but it's actually more encompassing, and we have more than one departments teaching, more than one school teaching this major program. So this is me. I am Mr. Lim. Students call me Mr. Lim. When they wrote to me or talk to me. I'm with the Department of Biological Sciences. You may regard me as your program manager. I work with a team of colleagues that runs this program, as well as the colleagues from the other life sciences teaching departments as well as the science dance office, right? So if you wrote into the inquiry, like life sciences inquiry, I'm the one that answer you. You can also reach out to me directly. You can have a chat. We can have a meet up for study planning or such. All right. So again, before I go into the so-called main part of the presentation, this is usually what I always ask. If you have come to see me during talk to me during open house, um, you probably after a while, or maybe the first question that I ask you is, what do you want to do upon graduation? Whenever you came and asked me, like, what does a life sciences major do? What do your graduates go into after that? Then my question to you back is usually, what do you want to do upon graduation? So this sounds like a very early question to ask at this time point. You just started off your undergraduate studies, and I'm here asking you graduation, right? But it's not that far-fetched, honestly, because what you plan to do after you graduate or what you plan to do in the future, right, will determine your choice of courses, your choice of programs here. So you decide to take life sciences, right? Probably you might want to do something that is related. Maybe that's along that line. But you might want to do other things beyond just life sciences, right? Then that will determine other courses or other programs that you might be interested to sign up, right? But of course, I don't foresee a definite answer out of this question at this very time point. Keep this in mind. It serve as a guiding questions that you can revisit from time to time to guide your study planning, right? Okay, finally, I go into the five things that I want to bring up for this session, right? So what are the five things to know? Effectively, the five things are basically the five parts of the degree requirements, right? So the first is the Common Curriculum by CHS. This is extensively covered this morning already, right? The second is the LSM. LSM stands for the Life Sciences Major. LSM Essentials, the essential courses. I will touch on the course rep matters for freshmen in this point as well. I will talk about a little bit on the whole slate of LSM electives that we offer. And one thing to highlight is life sciences research milestone. All life sciences students have to do a research project, right? And the last thing, unrestricted electives. I have a lot more to say about that, right? Okay, first thing. So the college common curriculum, I'm referring to the CHS common curriculum. All right. So this is a slide. If I can pause for a moment. Okay. Right. So this is a slide. I believe you'll see something similar this morning as well. Is being discussed more extensively. The common curriculum, the 13 courses that you need to clear because you are with the College of Humanities and Sciences. And of course, there's a lot more explanation to this and alternative arrangement to it if you are, for instance, in NUSC, if you are in a residential program or other special program that you're in. So there are replacements to some of the pillars here, right? But all in all, do remember that there is this common curriculum. 13 courses is 1/3 of your degree requirement. Plan them well, have them cleared in a timely manner, such that you don't get delayed in your graduation eventually, right? This one, I'll leave it here. I will move on to the life sciences major, right? Okay, the life sciences major, the essential courses, but this table here shows the full set of rules for the life sciences major requirement, right? It's very straightforward. There are two parts to it, the essential component and the elective component. So the essential courses, there are five of them. Now, you'll see that in the first box, LSM 1111, that's the gateway, what we call the gateway for all majors. So this is the gateway for life sciences major. Then we have the genetics, the biochemistry, the evolutionary biology, as well as the lab technique course. So these are the five essential courses you have to fulfill. Take note of this LSM 2191. This is something new. It's not entirely new course because your senior in the major has been reading this course as LSM 2191. But starting this year, we have created two variant codes for it. You'll see that indicated there 2191A, 2191B. So it's either one of them. They are covering the same thing. It's just that they are taught by different departments and assessed slightly differently. But you just need to clear one variant version will do, right? So that's on the essential courses. Okay. And a little bit spill over to the elective. Of course, the next half of the major is the elective segment. 40 units to clear, which comprises the year-long project or Europe's. That one is a must. You must do a research project, as well as the remaining electives, the LSM electives at level 2, level 3, and level 4000, following the set of rules that we have that in place. All right. And besides all this, of course, we have the common curriculum and the UE that puts in place. This set of rules are available on our life sciences website, so I won't go into the nitty-gritty rules. Do go into it, digest the rules. If you are not sure, you can again write in or look for me to get a better understanding of things as well. I zoom into the essentials, or effectively what you need to take note for the upcoming course rack for the essential courses. Okay. All right, course rack matters for life sciences year one. Um, this is about the first point here is about academic plan declaration, which is highlighted this morning. I think the timeline or the deadline is explicitly mentioned, preferably by certain dates, 17 July. Please make your declaration in the APAD portal in EduRec. Yeah. For life sciences, this is the major plan code. Right. Take note, something along this line with life sciences indicated. That will be the life sciences major. The date there, 17 July, is as per what Dean's Office recommended. But Dean's Office recommend this date is because we need to do a cut-off for the pre-allocation of the gateway course, right? Something different for life sciences major, because we anticipate based on the past few years, we anticipate that there are more students declaring in life sciences major, uh, more than what the quota of LSM 111 can offer each semester. So if we notice that the declaration number is more than the quota, we will go by the default. The default here is as indicated. So student will register on your own the gateway LSM 1111, either in semester 1 or semester 2. Okay. But if we do notice that there's sufficient quota to accommodate all that declared, we will do a pre-allocation. You will know whether you are pre-allocated or not. Very straightforward. The moment you log into course rec on 22nd, I think this month, you already see the allocated courses in your account. So that is very telltale. Are you in or are you not? By default, you can choose to take LSM 1111 either in semester 1 and semester 2. And take note, LSM 111 requires a pass in biology at H2 at A level or the equivalent standard, right? So that has to be met. So for those without, what do you do? Then you see the other box next to it. That's the biology bridging course. So for those without a pass in biology, at A level or equivalent standard, you do need to take the biology bridging course, LSM 1301. In this case, after you declared your life sciences major, we will run a background check to see whether you do need the LSM 1301 or not. If you do need, we will do a pre-allocation to it, to your account. So that's straightforward. You don't need to register for it. But if you know that you know very clearly that you do need this course and it didn't appear in your account, you can write into us. We can do a check and then do a pre-allocation to you, right? Don't panic if such thing happen, because there are many timelines that are running. So if we miss one timeline or cut off, it just happened that you declare late, system wasn't captured in time for the pre-allocation. Yeah, that could happen. But just write into us, we can run a check and we can do the pre-allocation for the bridging, right? Something to take note for the candidates, for any of you who join us with via the polytechnic route. If if you are wondering, do you need to take the bridging course or not? All right, you might want to check this website that is labeled here. So what happened is, by default, all have to take the bridging course. But if your diploma is accredited to the life sciences major, then you get biology, or you get the waive off. You don't need to do the biology bridging course. Yeah. So something to check. Again, we will do a background check as well. And if you notice that 1301 is not given to you, it's a very telltale that very likely you don't need to take the reaching, right? But if you do need, if you feel like making a check, again, you can write in and we can reply on that. So the next thing is on chemistry. So yes, we also look out for chemistry background, chemistry or pass in chemistry H2 or equivalent, because this background is needed to read an essential course with us, LSM 2106, the fundamental biochemistry. So do fulfill this background before you go into reading LSM 2106. Again, for the Polytechnic diploma holders, look out for the same list, because that list indicates whether you need to take the bridging course for chemistry or not. Okay. I happen to see a chat. It says, do poly students still need to take 1111? It's a yes, because 1111 is part of the gateway, it's the gateway and it's part of the major requirement. So 111 is a must for everyone. It is the biology bridging that some of you, or most of you, in fact, don't need to take because you already have the background needed for biology. Okay. So, okay. I move on next point. The third point here for contract matters. Again, this is covered. I just iterate on what is being mentioned earlier. So some of the CHS common curriculum courses will be pre-allocated based on your student ID number. So this is done by Science Dean's office. So again, you will receive this allocation the moment you log into the course rack when it opens. Okay. And last point here on the course rate matters, level 2000 LSM essential courses. So what happened is the gateway for life sciences is just the gateway. It doesn't serve as the prerequisite to higher level. So what happened here is, um even if you didn't take the gateway or you are taking the gateway in the first sem, you can even think about reading the level 2000 essential courses for life sciences major in the first sem or second sem. These three courses here, they are offered in both semesters. They are at level 2000. The background or the prerequisite for these courses are biology at A level or equivalent standard, and biochemistry requires the chemistry background, like what I mentioned just now. Take note, these are level 2000 LSM courses, so yes, you might be reading them in your first year, but do note SU option is not applicable. SU option is on the basis of the level of the course, not when you read that course. Like year one or year two is you're reading a level 2000 course, and for life sciences, as long as it's level 2000 and above, SU option is not applicable. So take note of that. Okay. This is in particular, if say you didn't manage to secure LSM 1111, you can still go on to read these level 2000 courses first. And then in SEM 2, you will resume back reading 1111. So that's something to consider in your planning. Okay. All right. So that's for the essential courses. So the course matters are effectively on the essential courses as well. So next, the life sciences electives. So I think for the first sem, you probably may not be too concerned about the elective for the life sciences major. You probably start as early as maybe sem 2 or maybe the year 2. Then you talk about the electives for the life sciences major. Okay. I show this. All right. So what is this? I think you probably might seen this in some of the open house presentation that we have. This is an example study plan on how your 4 years will look like with all the 40 courses equivalent laid out in the table manner, right? Year one, year two, year three, year four. 10 courses for every year, or equivalent of units for 10 courses every year. So you can see that yeah, the common curriculum courses are heavy in the first year, then it tapers down year two and then year three. Year three and year four is the time whereby you do the communities and engagement, as well as the two interdisciplinary courses, right? Um, then of course, increasing in more of the coverage is your major. So you start off with the gateway, the essential, then moving on, that's where the electives will come in. So you can see all the dummy LSM 32XX something blanks. So those are referring to the electives within the major. Of course, in the green, there are the UEs, which again, this morning, I believe a lot has been mentioned about what to do with UE, right? So now zooming into the electives. So I show this. Yes, this is a very extensive table of what we offer in life sciences major, right? So we do have many electives, and this is possible because again, drawing back, we have 6 departments teaching the life sciences major, and the electives here stands from the level 2 to level 3 to level 4, right? And you may notice this table. This table is also available online at our website together with the requirement rules, right? Okay, so for this table, you'll notice that it's also being clustered for the level 3 and the level 4000 into the two focus. I'll talk about specialization later. So the biomedical science specialization, the ecology, evolution, and biodiversity specialization. So these are all listed this way, based on your focus, based on whatever you need to fulfill, you choose accordingly. In most cases, your choice of electives, usually you can secure. We usually have more than sufficient quota to meet all the demands. But there is a couple of courses that are smaller in quota and higher in demand. So that requires some registration procedure to decide, right? But otherwise, in most cases, you should be able to go into the courses, the electives that you hope to get into. Of course, another thing, timetable clash is not supported, like what Dean's Office says this morning. So you might need to work with a couple more alternatives to fulfill your focus or your training that you're looking out for, right? Okay, if for the sharp eyes, you probably notice that I have a couple of courses highlighted in yellow. 2241 Intro Bioinformatics, LSM 2302 Computational Thinking, and LSM 3241 Genomic Data Analysis. Right, this is to highlight that from this AY onwards, this academic year onwards, they pull out of the life sciences major because we have repurposed them specifically for our for our minor in bioinformatics. They have been recoded to ZB prefix, ZB something something. Okay. So you may not see them in the life sciences major requirement listing now. Something to take note. So for those who are keen in the bioinformatics focus, consider the minor in bioinformatics itself. We have adjusted the requirements such that it does facilitate life sciences students taking it. So do consider that if you are interested in this area. All right, the next point that I want to bring out, the fourth point here, is the life sciences research milestone. Okay, in short, all life sciences major has to clear one research project. Okay. Um, in two forms, there's a choice here. You can either take it as what we call a specialization project. The code here is LSM 4288, or you can take a Europe's project, right? At level 3 or level 2000. So as long as one research project is completed, you are good with the requirement. So the table here is a snapshot. There's a more extensive table explaining the difference. This is a snapshot of the really key differences. The differences here are what purpose does it serve, right? 4288 serve as specialization requirement. Europe's doesn't. What else? The number of units definitely is different. 4288 is 8 units. Europe's is 4 units, right? How long does it last? 4288 is year long. Europe's is by default 1 semester, but you can extend it to 1 year as well, right? So these are the details, but keep in mind, I just want to highlight here that research project is a must for life sciences major, right? And the last point here, the fifth point on unrestricted electives. So what happened here is actually it is already beyond the major itself. Okay. So beyond the major, the lies the unrestricted electives, in short, is you can complete with whatever courses that you are thinking of beyond the major and beyond the common curriculum. The credits for the UEs can be used to serve the completion of a minor or two minors maybe, second major, or this morning you probably heard of double degree as well, a second degree, right? And in fact, specialization is also something in addition to the major itself. So that's why I group the specialization under the UE points here. So there are two specialization tagged to the life sciences major. We have biomedical science and ecology, evolution, and biodiversity. So how does it work here is the specialization requires 20 units, right? But we have fixed that 8 units of this 20 is to be occupied by LSM 4288, and that is double counted with the major, right? So this means that you have to, if you are going for a specialization, you have to take 3 more electives, level 3 or level 4 LSM, using the UE space, 12 units of the UE space to fulfill the biomedical science or the EEB specialization, right? Take note, 4288 also comes in variant format. So there's one version that's meant for BMS, there's one version that's meant for the EEB to serve the respective specialization requirements. So take note of this. If you are keen to uh, complete a specialization, is optional. It's not a must. So you can choose not to. Okay. So beyond life sciences, beyond the specialization, so this is where the many other option comes in for you to explore in completing the UEs as well as to um, so-called wrap up, making sense of the whole undergraduate program. So what are the options? Again, I believe these are covered one way or another in open houses during this morning talk. SEP and summer program, you can spend one semester or you can spend the vacations overseas. In some programs like NOC, you can even spend longer period overseas as well. Career preparation. So look out for the courses from CFG. CFG itself offers the career compass that tag along with the CHS curriculum. But not just that, they do have a whole series of career preparation courses. Quite a number of them, in fact, I think all of them are credit earning to a certain extent. So do look out for those courses and do sign up for them and take it along with whatever programs that you are doing along the way. Internship, again, I think this is also mentioned. Internship has been popular. It can be credit earning, riding on our UP platform, or it can be on your own, right? Pairing out with the workload that you are doing with your coursework, right? And of course, going beyond one major, you want to use your UE for minor or second major or double degree. For life sciences, it's flexible. We literally can pair with any programs that you can find. It's just whether the other program allow tagging with us or not. But we usually don't restrict the pairing of programs with within CHS or even beyond CHS. We have even the structured framework to pair with CDE, design engineering, with SOC as well, School of Computing. So these are all in place to form double degree. The selection of second major, we are not setting restriction. And in fact, minor, with the Department of Biological Sciences, we have at least 4 to 5 minors in place that we are offering open to life sciences students as well. Right. Okay, one more slide for UE space. Right. I think I'm going beyond my 130 limit. So a few more slides to clear here. So more ideas for the UE space. This is again a table way of looking at how you so-called complete your UEs based on the different choices here. You can clear as minor, so you can have one minor course every year, not every other year. You can have second major running concurrently with the first major in terms of the completion rates. You can have UPIP or internship during regular sem or vacation, and of course SCP. Put in an SCP, put in an exchange during year three or so, the typical window. But these are all flexible. It's really up to you to plan how you want to slot in all this for the completion of your UE with respect to your major, with respect to the common curriculum. Okay. So a bit more, this is something that is really specific to the life sciences major, our concurrent degree program um, with the University of Melbourne Doctor of Veterinary Medicine, as well as the joint degree program with University of Dundee, right? The application is later. By default, usually we open the application in the second half of first year, so that's your SEM 2. But the next cycle we may make some adjustments, so do look out for our announcement over emails. If when we are looking at whether we can have a slightly later timeline of application, but as of now, take it that it will happen in the year one sem two, right? And to apply for that, look out for the details in the write out at our website. Uh, but the thing that I want to highlight here is we do look out for the performance, your grade performance for the LSM courses. So do have at least two of the LSM courses completed, or at least you are reading them at the point of applying for these programs. All right. So an end off slide here, know your resources. Just want to bring this up again because these are really the important, I would say the critical things to take note, where you can self-learn what is required, the processes, the things to know and such. So Life Sciences website, go to our website. The requirements are there. In fact, a good chunk of what I shared just the last half an hour is posted there as well. EduRec is a system where most of the academic admin happens, so be aware of the interfaces. Coursera and APAD, this is what we are talking about this morning and now, right? NUS Mods allows you to search for courses and simulate your timetable, right? Canvas, this is the online management system where you get all your courses, materials, communication, right? And Talent Connect, this is to look for internship, to look for jobs, right? Okay. And for enquiry, this is our mailbox, TBS Box 2 Life Sciences Enquiry. When you write into us or you write into even other units of the NUS, do remember to provide your student number and use NUS email, right? It is every now and then if you do use an external email, you get bounced off into a junk and such. So do use your NUS email. At least it ensure that it reaches us promptly, and provide your student number. That will help us, right? And I provide this link here, Science Dean's Office registration notice. I think you have also received this over your email. Do read out the letter for freshmen from the Dean's Office. Again, a lot of informations are being covered, have already been covered this morning, but those are in written form, so you can go through them again if you missed out any point. And yes, I will end off with another question here, right? So just now I asked about what do you want to do after graduation. So that's pretty tough to answer for many who just started off now as a freshman. So rather than trying to figure out exactly, hey, I'm like this or I like that, but I think the easier question to ask is probably like, hey, what do you want to learn, right? Of course, you come here, you join this session, I assume that life sciences is the main thing that you want to cover, but even within the life sciences is so broad, right? You need to decide which focus. And even we talk about biomedical science, let's say biomedical science, within biomedical science, there's more divisions within it. Is it neurobio? Is it pharmacology? Is it on the human physiology itself? So what exactly you want to learn? What interests you, right? So again, that's another way of looking at uh, what interests you to plan your choice and your study planning. So it's two ways, coming from yourself, looking beyond, or looking forward and try to plan it backward, right? So two-way works, or you can try both ways and it kind of things can reconcile along the way. All right. Thank you. And before you go, I want to bring your attention to this DBS Freshman Welcome and Learning Workshop. So the Department of Biological Sciences organized this freshman learning workshop at the start of the first semester. Do join us. Basically, this is a workshop that teach you how to learn basically in the context of university. So how to be an active learner beyond the grades. So this is the QR code. Scan it for registration. It happens on a Tuesday, 6 August. That is week 0, the week just before the start of the semester, right? It's in the afternoon, 1:50 p.m. and all the way till the evening, right? I have one more slide here. This is what is lined up for the program. So we have various talks by different faculty, by different professors talking about the learning itself, what are the resources available, how is it like for the student life and the student activities, and how is it like for learning in the field or in the lab itself, right? So I'll keep this on so you can scan the QR code and make a registration for it. All right, so this comes to an end for my session. I will stop the recording, but I will still be around to answer the question that have been posted.